Well, friends, at the very outset, I take and pray the three great stalwarts of Indian medicinal plants. It is Charaka, it is Sushruta, and also Dhanvantari. If they would not have contributed to the field of these medicinal aromatic plants, probably we would not have any reference as such. Along with that, another two, one is the Dioscorides. You know the genus Dioscorea. The three important medicinal plants is named after Dioscorides. Then another important is Theophrastus. He has given nature as a medicine, and Ramesh has put the name Prakriti as the main source of medicine and inspiration of health. So, health goddess, we worship Dhanvantari, health god. So, in the name of them, I would like to share some of the things what I have learned from every one of you, especially my PhD students. There are almost in the medicine and aromatic plants there may be maybe 12 or 13, but totally I have an honor to help 80 students to improve their career as a PhD scholars, not directly but indirectly also. That is what the best teacher enjoys. With this brief introduction, Dr. Raja Saab, thank you very much for having said you are no way little than anybody. We were all the vice chancellors, we have done our job. But at the same time, we continue to do our job as long as we are active. That's what the slogan I carry. And today's topic of my research is medicinal and aromatic plants, issues, strategies, policies, and way forward. This is the most important sector of science, that to natural science, which has been recognized as early as 5,000 years, and it is as old as a civilization. Because it is said, the great saint Sarvajna, he says, Anna Danakinta Innu Danagalilla. The straight gift is the Anna, and straight blessing is the Arogya. Arogya Bhagya, Anna Dana, they go always hand in hand. If these two things are missing, human survival becomes very, very difficult. Because of this, our forefathers have recognized if you are healthy, you are wealthy. Wealth cannot bring you health, but health always brings you the wealth. So health is first and foremost, and this health science as such is the contribution and gift of our forefathers and the saints, what I have referred to them. Okay. Is this one? Second. This one. Okay. Friends, an alarming situation. Hope I think you put up the lights. Not this, they are those lights. Because you will not be able to see. Friends, we have suffered enough by destroying the natural source, natural wealth of plant wealth. We have carried loads and loads of trees from forest. Now we are importing wagons and wagons of oxygen. Days are not very far off that we have oxygen clubs to go, pay some money, breathe oxygen and come back healthily. But it is not an answer. Answer is the natural given oxygen factories, they are trees. And if trees are not there, probably humanity would not have been survived all these days. For no fault of them, we are cutting trees left and right. Maybe fruit tree, maybe medicinal tree, maybe any type of tree. Tree is a factory of oxygen and food for everybody. So let us remember this before we go to the slides, what we are going to have it. See, about plants, those heal and improve the health. Prevention, I always said, is better than cure. To prevent a disease coming, your immunity system has to be strengthened. That immunity system comes from the food, ahara. So, food should be always a medicine, but unfortunately our younger generation makes medicine as a food. That is the irony of the whole situation. Now, see, I need not say the role of medicine plants, because already we are lagging behind the time, how important they are for the entire population as such. They are the socio-economic backbone of the country. More than 80% of people, even now, depend on the medicinal plants for their primary health. Today, about 35% of plants are responsible where the drugs are derived from that. In India, 95% of prescriptions or plant-based. I welcome again another person who is coming, who is always supporting me and giving the knowledge. He is Dr. Ellen Hegde. He is my colleague, worked with me for building the university, I should tell that. Then about 17,700 plants have been already documented as medicinal. 400 of them have been commercial use and 20 species are under cultivation. What happens to the others? Are they not fit to cultivate, or we are not giving them anything? That Dr. Vishnu was telling, unless we have a good agriculture practice for any species, we will be finding difficulty to cultivate. Then the history, of course, I don't want to say much. The historical cornerstones have been given to us by many people from the many countries. As I told you, the Charaka, the Sushruta, the Ebers Papirias and Archaeoides, then Theophrastus, then several others have given us the contribution. Archaeoides, the person who has given Materia Medica, today it is a Bible for the plant industry, medicinal plant industry. Similarly, Charaka Sushruta or Sushruta contribution, they have already explained much before the people came to know other world. They have explained these plants and their contribution is Dioscorioides. You may be having heard his name. Dioscorea is a genus in taxonomy. He has got 27 species. Out of 27 species, 16 species are medicinally important, right? It's Dioscorea alata, Dioscorea esculenta, Dioscorea peltata. They are the source of your family planting medicines. Our pills are coming from that. They may call aerial potatoes. Popularly, they are known as aerial potatoes in the folklore. But they are not potatoes, but they are the other things. Then the civilization was the first to recognize the use of herbs for their health. And Aryans in the Indus Valley have contributed their great contribution to this. And Charaka Samhita, Encyclopedia of Indian Medicine. This Charaka Samhita has almost about 1000 BC to 100 AD, has compiled very comprehensive information on medicinal plants. Later, the Arabs, the British invaders, they have enriched the plant wealth in general, but aromatic and medicinal plant wealth in general by these people. You know, Cinchona calicea is the anti-malarial plant. They wanted to take the forest wealth. There it was invaded by the mosquitoes. To avoid mosquitoes, they brought Cinchona. That is Cinchona calicea, and it has become a medicinal. Afterwards, Artemisia has come. Then, through pharmacopoeia, knowledge about the use of medicinal plants has grown, and Chinese are the most important scientists who have contributed to the science of medicinal plants. Today, if you go to China, you have more Ayurvedic shops, Ayurvedic medicinal plant shops than the allopathic. Most of them depend on only the natural medicine, but unfortunately, in India, we are no way inferior in the wealth of medicinal plants, but we are poor in exploitation of the medicinal plants for our own ignorance and negligence. I'll tell you the example. 3 Nobel Prizes in the area of medicinal plants has come. It is because of the Indian plants, right from neem, right from Artemisia, and also from this Philanthus neruri, that's Buyamla. They are all medicinal plants of our origin, but we could not do anything on that. Why? Is our younger generation. That's what I always depend on younger generation to dig the source of knowledge and how to make use of it. Time is not, has not run out of our hands, but we have lost many things, but still many things are available to us. Let us give our concentration on this point. Okay, then current status, thanks to Dr. Chancellor, he has given this information, and this information is available with a booklet of what I have given you. It is all read, and this presentation is also available. If it is of some use, copy it down. Read it leisurely, because you may forget in a span of 15-20 minutes I can present it. But I request the organizers, share as much as possible. Sharing the knowledge is like a sharing good water. So it will be always available to you to cherish later. That's what it is. So presently, the medicinal plant industry is the biggest industry, but most neglected industry also, I should say that. We have plants. When Chinese have been able to encash ginseng, we have equally strong plant like Hiremadinigada. It is a Hiremadinigada means it is a plant with the highest medicinal value. that is ashwagandha. We have not been able to do much. We are good in adulterating ashwagandha rather than making use of it. Similarly, Arjuna arista, this is terminally Arjuna. Similarly, Saraka indica, that is Ashoka arista. There are several number of plants. That Isabgol, like the doctor has come, Isabgol, one of the best medicine. We have not been able to do it. We know, but we are silent on that. How to make use of these things is a $1 million question. We have to look into it. Then comes India's reportedly progressive export, as Dr. Vishwardhan has mentioned, it seems. Dr. Das, Manish Das. Our exports are going much more than China. But from where this material comes from? Everything we are depending on forest. Forest is, my friends, not a Akshaya Patra. It is a exhaustible resource, not unexhaustible resource. Unless you replant, unless you resow the seeds into natural habitat, probably you will not get the medicinal plants again and again. So this is where the fake raw drugs are being sold in the market because of no regulatory mechanism, no quality test, and no referral laboratories. It is high time for us to look into it. Then comes to geographic distribution. This is one of the most important geographic. There are two hotspots. One is northeastern India, that is Brahmaputra Valley, it is commonly called. Another one is the Western Ghats. These are the two rich resources, and compared to the central India, it is Madhya Pradesh and Bihar. It is a peninsular India. It is Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and part of Karnataka. These are the rich resources, and also, including the very eastern Ghats, basically the Odisha and Rameshwaram and all those areas. We have a large number of medicinal plants which are yet to be explored, yet to be this one. But unfortunately, Dr. Rao is here, one of the great taxonomists, and he has developed so many students for taxonomy. If I want, you please go and get this plant. For example, I'll just give you an example. Please go and get a plant of Gymnema sylvestris. It is called the Madhunashini. To kill the madhu means sugar. Nobody knows how the plant looks, how to identify. Where are the taxonomists? Thanks to Dr. Rao, Dr. Sanjappa, and some other people who can identify, but they are on handful. We can only count on the fingers. If the generation goes, who will identify a plant for you? No one. So it is equally important to develop a next generation of the plant taxonomists, right? Plant physiologists, and also biochemists. These are the three science branches who will help the promotion and popularization of the medicinal plants. Along with that, the agronomists and physiologists to develop good agricultural practices. This is what is the need of the hour. This is the Indian subcontinent is strength. We only take a glory, we take a prestige, but what we are doing is rather than difficult. Recently, Ayurveda, Unani, Homeopathy, we have all these five. All of them are good in utilizing the natural resources, but who will replenish them? Dr. Chancellor is there. Every month one article comes from him how to popularize a simple plant. For example, this Atibala and Mahabala, Saida rambifolia and Saida almifolia. These are the two things. He has given all those things, but we have to identify. Now we use Saida for cleaning the veranda. It is called parkekade, a broomstick, but we don't use as a medicinal plants. One more thing, yesterday, it was astonishing. Dr. Hanuman Prasad is here, Maruti Prasad. He has really opened a small, ganja, hashish. It is cannabis sativus. We only eat it as a narcotic drug, but over and above that, it has a lot of other medicinal values. We have not been able to encash that. Only we are interested to encash its narcotic value. This is an unfortunate part of it. Similarly, there are so many things. Like you take that this one, another plant, which is Dicalypsus hamiltoni. It is one of the most important plant for your what we call epilepsy. Epilepsy becomes no Ayurvedic drug for epilepsy. If you take this the root juice, probably you will be free from all those things. The stammering with the children. Our people used to try a root piece into the neck of the children who are stammering. That is Acorus calamus, budge. And by smelling that budge, the children used to get cured of the stammering. That was a science. There is not much. Similarly, the Tylopa, asthmatica. Asthma, many people suffer. The name itself is given as asthmatica, thanks to our Latin professors who have given the name. Right? Putranjiva Roxburgh. Roxburgh was, the father of the Indian botany, who came here, who established. So there are so many plants we should know. And this is what exactly is the situation. Siddha use 900, Ayurveda 1200. We are using, but we are regenerate the situation. Then this is how in the Indian biography zones, we don't want to call agroclimatic zones. They are nothing but agroclimatic, but if you say agroclimatic zones, it carries a different meaning. Biogeographic zones, what we call, and this is the distribution of the medicinal plants all around. And you see, other one is the contribution of the each state. See, the Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Chhattisgarh, they take almost about 80% of the plants and medicine value. And remaining, Karnataka, only 2%. But this information has to be revisited. Is it correct, or is there any lapses in generating this one? So, botany subject was the most important subject, which is getting sidelined by the applied aspects of tissue culture. I am not against it. At the same time, you have a supplementary knowledge rather than replacing the knowledge. We don't have people to identify what plant is. We have to differentiate this one. Plant is there, we don't know what is the bioactive biomolecule, what is the available compound. It is available of the bioactive compounds availability to it. Dr. Harish is here, he is concentrating a lot of concentration on these type of things. And we have Karnataka being a source of large number of Western Ghats. It is a gift for us. But how much we have done? And there is one student who is a Upadhyay, he has done ethnobotanic studies on the, I heard recently, ethnobotanic species of the Western Ghats. So that has to be brought to the main line to mainstream them. This is what we want. Now, trade of the medicinal plants. This is most important. Everybody talks about trade. From where the material comes from? अगर हो तो दिखता है ना, अगर नहीं होता हो तो क्या करेंगे, कहाँ से लाएंगे, चोरी करना तो नहीं होता है, बिकॉज चोरी करने से भी तो प्लांट नहीं है, इट इज नॉट अवेलेबल विथ अस. So how to do about this? We have to look into it. Trade is increasing every day, but what we are trading is rather a questionable point, because medicinal plants are the life-saving plants. We cannot afford to adulterate it. If it is adulterated, it is the biggest sin we are committing. So the raw drug has to be given as much as possible in the pure form, not in this one form. And these are the annual consumption of about over 200 tons. This is Tinospora cardinal, available everywhere. Then Aspergillus racemosus, Adathoda vesica, Piper longum, all those have been kept in this one. Desmodium giganteum. Then Plumbago indica. Then you can say Amla, Ashok, Ashwagandha. These are the plants which are in short. And 32 plants have been identified by NMPB. I think the Chancellor now it is 52. The number has been increased to 52. So you must know, thanks to 2-3 scientists, Dr. Harish, Dr. Narayanpur, and Dr. Singh, Dr. Hemant, we have now tried to compile medicinal plants, industrial required directory. If you give a plant, what is the planting material, what is the cultivation practice, what is the part used, who are the industries like that. Individually, so far we have covered, I think, 22 plants. This is not Harish. 22 plants have been covered out of 52. And another 30 are available, we have to do it. When this dictionary comes, modern dictionary comes, we have to link the medicinal plants availability, medicinal plant knowledge, medicinal plant availability, medicinal plant utilization. There we need a industry partnership. Without that, we will not be able to do that. And this is the our 32 plants. I think we have to update this particular thing. Then some of the medicinal plants reported to be antiviral. Friends, if India has less suffered because of corona, it is thanks to our food habits, spices, narcotics, spices, food plants, and also what we use as a day-to-day, garlic for example, right? Cumin for example, cinnamon for example, Meristica fragrance, Jajikai for example, they are all having a good immune building system capacity, so that your body becomes immune and it will be usual. Even ginger, turmeric, Turmeric, one of the first plant to be used after the post-operational drug to prevent the infection. And there are about nearly hundreds of patents on turmeric outside India, but in India, what will happen, we don't know. Hey, turmeric, Dadima is using it, so we are also using it. Because we are strong. But what it does, how it does, where it works, it has to be looked at. Ginger, for example, cardamom. These are the things available to us. Pepper. Today, pepper is such a wonderful drug. If it is I tell you, if it is anything connected with your respiratory system, use betel wine and pepper together. We'll see what happens to it. So, don't worry about today somebody telling another virus has come. These are the two plants, pepper, betel wine, pepper nigrum and pepper betel. These are in combination, and also if Bagalkote, kashaya, what they call Hemidesmus indicus. Kashaya the beer, it's used as a kashaya beru. Hemidesmus indicus, the garlic, the ginger, turmeric, all these. In our olden days, if there is a throat infection, our Dadima used to give some kashaya. Kashaya is an integrated medicine for all the good plants into that. Take a garlic, right? Such a wonderful thing. Some people may not use garlic, but garlic is one of the potential plants. These are the plants which have worked. See, in Tamil Nadu, in Andhra Pradesh, there was one scientist, one village medicinist. He used to give. Then I asked him, what are those things? Then we prepared. Then immediately we have published an article, antiviral plants to prevent the infection from the viruses. And even Calmeg. Calmeg is an Endographs paniculata, such a wonderful drug, right? We have to do it. And Philanthus niruri, that is Buya Amla, what they are telling, that was really a good thing. It has to be boiled and eaten. Then, these are the few things which we should know. Longum, piper longum, it is called pipali. Then this is another area, giloi. Giloi is such a wonderful plant. Earlier used to call anti-fever ring. They used to put a small ring just like a bangle into the body which suffers from the fever. And that area used to become black. Such a wonderful plant because it used to absorb these things. These are the things. Then comes to morning they told our Honorable Minister Dinesh Gunduraoji was telling, food shall be the medicine. It is the Theophrastus who has developed the idea, let food be the medicine. And these are the vitamins, minerals, medicinal and the therapeutic elements and such other compounds which will give you enough immunity. They need not be a controlling agents, but they are immunity building agents. This is what it is. Know your functional food. All of them are spices or native vegetables and all those things. If something happens, immediately vitamin A. You want to take vitamin A tablet, but don't want to eat one carrot or one banana. We are most dependent on the tablets. It has culture of tablets rather than culture of food. This has to be done. So these are the functional foods that we have to remember, and they are also of a medicinal value. Medicinal value need not be only medicinal and aromatic plants. Some of these, yes, I will come to that. For example, seed spices. Such a wonderful medicine. It is a cumin, coriander, fenugreek, fennel, ajwain, nigella, dill, sabasike, what we call, anise, celery, and caraway. All of them have a highest medicinal value. They can also be considered as a medicinal plants. Over and above, they are considered the spices. Of course, spices has got a more money value, but along with that, if it is a medicine value, it will be much more added value for that. Similarly, these are the tree spices. It may be a cardamom, it may be this Garcinia gumigata, even Garcinia also. It may be Myristica fragrans, it may be piper longum, piper nigrum, then also turmeric. And there is one more thing, which is a blue ginger, turmeric. Dr. Harish can tell. One of the most wonderful drug, which is going out of our this one, red species. We are not having it. Then secondly, medicinal fruits. See why this bilwa, eagle marmelos, was kept in the temple. It is not that it is liked by Shiva. In the name of Shiva, we are using the bilwa patri and bilwa fruit. And for your information, amoebic dysentery, there is no allopathic medicine. If you take a juice of bilwa leaf and also bilwa fruit, immediately 3 days you can get a cure. Similarly, jaundice, your peronia elephanta or lemonia peronia. It is a wood apple. Such a wonderful medicine for hepatitis. For example, your jamun, diabetics. For example, your nillikai, amla, right? Then Caressa carandis, right? Iron tablet. You eat one fruit, it is one iron equivalent to one. Then this is the grapefruit. Grapefruit is one of the medicinal plant. Acidity. Immediately for acidity, you will get it. So these are the fruits which also be fruits as well as medicinal values. And this is medicinal values. Cucurbit. Cucurbit is such a wonderful drug. Or Loki, bottle gourd. For these things. Then comes pine gourd. Then comes karchika, a small coin. It is called, it is very famous in North Karnataka. Comes as a weed, karchikai, and is one of the important. Then methi leaf, then coriander leaf. When I was in Texas University, I went for examination upon the project. There was a project to develop sweet bitter gourd. I asked the director of research, one lady was there, Madam, why you want bitter gourd to be sweet? You have so many sweets to eat. The moment you make it sweet, its anti-diabetic properties are lost. That lady was sensitive. He called the in charge of that, immediately stopped this project. Right? This is what is the sense of my presence of mind. If you want to convert this, no, sir, it is bitter, they don't eat. Hey, that is why it is bitter, they have to eat as a medicine. Like that, the pickles. Everything we want to have sweet, because of the population is increasing diabetics. Right? We are the second largest country of the people of diabetics. Right? In Memordica dioica, Memordica americata. These are all the things we should also value them as a medicinal food, not only vegetables. And unless we eat, for example, root and tuber crop, the tribal people eat all of those things. Right? The greater yam, Dioscorea alata, the smaller yam in the bigger yam, Dioscorea peltata, then tania, then taro, that's the Morphophilus, the elephant foot yam, then also this your arrowroot, right? All those things. Sweet potato. Everybody wants sweet potato. Why don't sweet potato? Sweet potato is a wonderful plant available with you. Cover crop, green manure, and roots as much. Even maida, if you can't eat maida, if you prefer maida out of sweet potato, excellent. See, we have to change our mindset. Somebody told us to eat potato, and nobody has told us not to eat sweet potato. What is the sin of the sweet potato? It's a plant with a lot of nutrition. And also there are two varieties developed now. One is the pink variety, another is the yellow variety. One is that one, the highest amount of this one. So friends, these are the things which you have to remember. Then what about the governance scenario? We have a large number, we have about 13 acts. And these acts are independent, acts are repetitive, acts are controversial. So somebody should sit together. One lady is there asking me how to make it, sir, this IPR. Thanks to Dr. Raja Saab, she has introduced her to me. This IPR is an issue which is very, very important now. And all these things have to be visited. Please visit these acts. See what are the similarities, what are the contradictions, and what are the repetitions. Let us sit all together and bring down. And these are the current organizations, functional status and governance. Currently there are several organizations. The next slides it will give you. These are the major. Ayush is an umbrella department under which we have all the things. DST, DBT, UGC. They give funds to the university students. Once the research is completed, what happens to that research? It goes to Almara as a either MSc thesis or as a PhD thesis. It has to see the light of the day, my friends. Then CCIM, then NMP, of course, Chancellor is here. So why I tried is, when this was supposed to, Dr. Ramesh told me to organize this conference, I have contacted all of them over phone, requested them, you come. Karnataka is a good land to slow your ideas, to share your ideas, so that people of students, especially from Karnataka, are getting benefit of it. That's why Dr. Chancellor, Dr. Manish, Dr. Klari, all those people have come, and I thank all of them to respond positively for our request, right? And ICR, DMAPR, I told you, NBA and SSB. And agriculture universities, academic research is more important for you, and you have to develop the good agriculture practices to promote the cultivation of the medicinal plants. Otherwise, they will not come to the day. And link to the market. Market is one of the, if you don't create a market, farmer will not grow. ಒಂಥರ ಇದು ಪಗಲಾಪನ್ ಅವ್ರ ಶಾದಿ ಕೈ ಆಯಿತು ಖವಾ ಜೋ ಹೈ ನಾ ಐಸಾ ಹೋತಾ ಹೈ. Unless, I'm sorry, because large number of ladies don't take a verbal meaning, take a essential meaning of it. So, unless large quantity of material is available, no market. Unless market is available, no production. So, how to break this silos and work on that? This is how what we have to do. All these organizations should be called. Allow them to have a one-day or workshop. You argue, discuss, but come to one particular common point, that what you suggest for the tomorrow's application of the medicinal and dental plant. This is most important, and this will also go as one of our recommendations at the end. Bring all the knowledgeable people, put them together, and break the silos, and make a common recommendation applicable to society, useful to the society. Then suggested medicinal plant R&D organization. These are all the documentation. Many people said documentation is more important thing. Documentation of the taxonomy, documentation of the medicine value, documentation of the available biocompounds, documentation of the effect and use, and uniformity in drug. And traceability is also not. Dr. Chancellor, traceability. From where did you buy? Nobody knows. Sir, Patanjali. Patanjali is only the shop which is provided. For Patanjali, who is giving the raw material? That has to be told. Then, germplasm enrichment. Thanks. Today, Dr. Manish has suggested they are going to give one full center. Here, the germplasm is to be maintained for tomorrow. If it is lost, lost forever. You may get a money if you lost, but time and biodiversity, if is lost, lost forever. We have to look into it. And production of then parental lines and breeder stock, these are more important. Then production and supply of quality planting material. If that's what we establish a garden. Don't say only plant is good. Ask them to carry the plant. You know, in South Canada, there is a good proverb. That proverb says, if you want to earn blessings, give them a fruit. Falakodi anta. If you want to reduce the sin, give them a plant. Such a wonderful slogan for biodiversity conservation. See, who has told them to do it? By doing this, your plants are saved. That is why the ethnic value of biodiversity conservation. Then, conservation for sustainable future. This is more important, otherwise you lose them. We have two types. You know all those things, I don't want to dwell upon it. The concerns of the medicinal plant. Most of them we are tracking only, as I told you, forest is an exhaustible resource. It is not an Akshaya Patra. It has to be done. All the medicinal plant industry should be made compulsory to raise the plant, to raise the seed, sow them back to the forest so that there is a natural rejuvenation of the natural wealth. Unless and until it is done, probably non-timber forest products get exhausted and you don't do it. And people go and buy. It is what it is said for this purpose, we have to do it. And the best way is the concern, ecological threats. It is already told the climate change is the biggest issue which we are now looking. Then biological threats. So low seed set, low incompatibility, sexual polymorphism, absence of pollinators. This is one of the more important things, friends. No bee population is available in the forest because of the forests have been cut, and no bees are available in the agriculture because of the indiscriminate use of the pesticides. And where are the bees? If bees are not there, there is no pollution. If the bees are not there, no honey. Honey is the most important media for medicinal plant. It is not available. So bee population, bee flora has to be revisited and enriched. Then economic threats. As I said, poor man's need and rich man's greed. Rich man's greed is more dangerous than a poor man's need. So here we have to look into these things. Then red species, rare, endangered and threatened species. This number is increasing because of the man's interventions on a wrong side. It has to be educated. Only tribals are not there today, friends. Most of the medicinal plants would have been vanished. They are the custodians, tribal people, local population. They should be enriched and all those things. Then red, we have all, red species. Pterophragma centralensis, red cedar. This is a plant which is just like a elephant ivory plant. Many people cut, every day you read the paper, especially in Andhra Pradesh. Lot of the poaching is taking place, red cedar. Wherever there sandalwood, even from the bungalow of the forest officer, sandalwoods are being cut. What else the people cannot do it, you just imagine, right? Then this is Satavari, Asparagus racemosus, then Kutki, this is Kurro, these are a Himalayan plant. Then it is Sarpagandha. These are the things which are available, Jyotishmati, Ashok. And this is what I was referring, blue ginger. It is almost, unless you conserve it, you will be losing it. These are the few examples, because there are several examples like this which has to be given. Already Government of India has published red list, and it should be seen. But some of them are available, but unless there is a cultivation, conservation, if it comes, our forefathers were so intelligent. They have imbibed the concept of biodiversity conservation in the culture itself. Nakshatravana, Navagrahavana, Ashtadikpalakravana, then Saptarishivana, then Rasivana. Rasivana, 9 zodiac signs. In that, you have 9 plants conserved, and they are available. For example, Navagrahavana. You know Navagrahavana, 9 plants, 9 grains, 9 animals. Each graha has been given 1 grain, 1 plant, 1 animal as a vahana. See, snake and rat, they are fighting, but they have conserved them because of this. So, for example, Navagraha, 26 Nakshatravana, 26 plants are conserved without anybody's also. They knew man is such a, this one, if we give an axe to him, he will cut by himself only. That is what is the level of greed. So, there are about 17 vanas, this one, name they have put it. So, this is a concept of why they put them in a temple premises. Knowledge should be available for everybody who visits the temple. And they should not, because it's the religious. So, it is very religious, but that God will become angry on you, don't cut it. And the plant pot is also available to use. That is a concept. Because Ashwata, Tulsi, all those things you take. All those things have to be conserved in a one or the other way. Then, prerequisites for large scale cultivation, you must know the planting material, good agriculture practices, market linkage, and all those things are a must. And you should also have a remunerative price. What Mr. was telling, if farmers are not getting a good price, why they should grow? There should be a different, many people say MSP for the food, but not MSP for the medicinal plants. At least some of them should be covered under the MSP. This is what we want. And organic linkage between producers and buyer and user. Users are there. Producer and market people, they are not having. Then fixing minimum support price per standards, what I have told you. Then merits of the commercial cultivation, uniform planting material, uniform fertility available, assured supply is there, and also the industry will flourish. These are the things which ensures a better product and high returns to the industry, and easy certification product. Certification is totally missing. Quality control is totally missing. How to do it? Why I am trying to, I am not, friends, telling anything new to you. I am making you to recapitulate what is the current status of the medicinal plant industry and how to do it. Because youngsters are much more interested than they can do it. So, these are things. Then thoughts for the future. Many people have said, friends, my only humble request is, at the end of the 3 days, we should give a 1-page document to the authorities, which are the areas of concern, how to go about, and what is the roadmap for the medicinal plant industry is only my humble request for all of you to look into these things. This is governing Ayush market is there. There are the conservation and cultivation and practices. Similarly, I have already covered them indirectly. The medicinal plant direction has to be there. At least every state should have a center of excellence for conservation of the medicinal plant. Every universities are there. There are 10 universities in country and in a state, not a single university. They have got a medicinal plant garden, but center of excellence is not there. Government of India and Karnataka should bestow some attention towards this, otherwise not there. Friends, we have natural wealth. You have it and enjoy, or lose it, suffer. It is what you want. Then this is a take-home message. Take-home message is proposed national policy on every crop there is a national policy. But there is no national policy on medicinal and aromatic plants. So some of the experts like you have come here, sit together, what could be the component of the medicinal plant policy for the years to come to follow. We can give it to sites or to NMPB or to ICR or to universities. So all put us together, what should be a right roadmap to follow to save for the future generation. Otherwise, you will be losing it. Then, in conclusion or the conclusion, which all been available, unless we take care of the cause of the health, we are the sufferers. So, prevention is always better than cure, and most of the medicinal plants are not only medicinal drugs, they are also immune building systems. If immunity is available, no drug, no foreign pathogen will come to your health. Otherwise, everything will invade. That's why in Chiang Mai, this one where I was one of the policy maker, save plants that saves lives. Now ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಧರ್ಮೋ ರಕ್ಷತಿ ರಕ್ಷಿತಃ. It's good. Dharma rakshati rakshita. More than important, the one which rakshas you, it is the vraksho rakshati rakshita. It's a slogan which I have little bit modified. Vraksho rakshati rakshitaha. If you save the plant, it will save you. 100% I give you guarantee. Dharma is a very big word. I don't know. Dharma is equally. That's why this Hippocrates is another biggest natural doctor. This Hippocrates has said our food should be the medicine, and he has given without any cost. You will have a medicine, friends. Sunshine, don't take anything. Pure water, the rest, regular exercise, that's the lifestyle, and unpolluted air. Then the diet. If these two things are there, this will make you healthy. Then it will lead to a positive thinking and compassion for the all forms of penal. It's said, what is said? Ahimso paramo dharma is said in that. Same thing, the best human being on the earth is one who respects all lives on earth. Sakala jeevigaligu lesa bayasuva anekulija. Means a person who wishes best of all the creatures, he is the right person and is respected everywhere and anywhere. With this, friends, the slogan is long slogan which I always said, Amulyam aksharam nasti. Ayogyam manushesha nasti. Nasti mulam venasam. Ataha prayojakaha durlabha. Every letter in alphabet is important. Every human being on earth is born is important. Right? Any plant which is bad is not a waste. That is, nasti moolam manaushadam. Every green plant on earth has got a medicinal value. Ataha, but prayojakaha durlabha. The people who study and use it, they have become durlabha. So, finally, friends, nature is a cradle of life. Let us save the nature, then conserve, cultivate, commercialize, consume for the sustainable way. Thank you very much. These are the custodian of our all biodiversity. I thank the authorities for having called me and share some of the thoughts with you, not my own, but they have been given to my forefathers and my elders. Then we are passing out to you, the next generation, you are there. It is up to you now to use it, not only to study it, to investigate it, to use it, and to flourish well. Yes? So, let long live the humanity by serving, saving, and cultivating the medicinal. Thank you one and all, and thanks the KSTA and Dr. Raja Saab and all of you for having given me a patient hearing. And let us revisit and see what best we can do. Listening and forgetting is not. Listening, churning and using it good, and wish you all the best and wish you happy new year with a natural system of health. Thank you very much.